So what we're going to talk about today, I'm going to bring on a friend of mine, finally get him on the show, my man, Wes V, a.k.a. Danny P. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, what's going on? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you already know, man. Welcome to Let Loose. We appreciate you taking the time to come on with us, man.
Yeah, we kind of tried to get this going a few weeks ago and it just didn't line up, but I'm glad to be here now.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. So we'll get right into it. We like to talk football. We love to talk football. You know, I got to ask you about your Dallas Cowboys, man. Last year, could not pull it off. Could not win more than one playoff game. Beat the Bucks, then ultimately fell short their next game. However, Cowboys fans are always optimistic. They're always optimistic, always. So what's some takeaways you got from that? Like, what are the Cowboys' biggest needs going in the offseason, you think?
Well, delusional Cowboy fans are optimistic. Realistic Cowboy fans know that if there's a way they're going to screw it up, they're going to screw it up. They beat up a dwindled Bucks team. Like, yeah, we should have won that game, but I mean, is it really something to be like? It's not something that I want to boast about. Yeah, you beat Tom Brady, great. It was his probable worst season of his career almost. Probably. So what's that really say to us? We underachieve every year. Jerry Jones, I don't want him to die, but he just needs to he just needs to go on somewhere, stay out of the picture, run it behind the scenes, and let like the coaches do their thing. I will say Kellen Moore leaving might come back to bite us in the ass, but Mike McCarthy, led the Packers to the Super Bowl. Granted, he had arguably, a top 5 all-time quarterback at the helm. And the way Dak played this past season, I'm almost to the point to where he might need to be getting gone out of there too.
Yeah, that's I think
those interceptions are just enough. Stupid. They're just ridiculous.
15 picks last year. 15 picks, career high in interceptions.
It was like he had 2 a game when he came back from that injury, and it's just like, yep, bro, it's like me out there throwing a damn ball. Like, it was nasty. It was nasty, and I like the guy. He seems like a great leader, great person. All the above. I don't know what it is. He just, I'll give him one more year, and then after that, his ass needs to be out of there.
Hey, wipe your hands with that mug. Ain't it, Sam? Exactly. Out of there.
Done data.
Yep. I'll give him one more year. If not, then out you go, my friend.
What about Tony Pollard just got franchise tagged? Do you think they need to get rid of Zeke? How you feeling about Zeke nowadays?
Well, I saw a while back that he said that he would take less money to stay on the team because he wants to stay on the team. Him and Dak are like BFFs and stuff like that.
Okay.
His production has, went down year by year by year by year. This was his worst year, just like it was Dak. So I like him. He's in the short yardage downs. You need a couple yards, goal line package. Like, he's the man to go to, because I don't think he broke off. He might have broke off maybe 120 yarder last year or something like that.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, he didn't really have a lot of, but I think he was close to 1,000 yards last year, if I'm not mistaken.
He is like year in and year out lately. It is, and it's like, damn, he got 1,000. Like, I don't even know how this man ain't running the ball like that.
It's a quiet 1,000, but just what you see from it doesn't look sexy. It doesn't
exactly,
because Pollard, he'll hit that outside, and he's fast as hell, so he can get around that edge, and then he got some moves on him, so he can break some ankles. I don't know why Zeke can't. Zeke is more of a bully back. That's exactly what it is. He will run through you, and he was like that in Ohio State. When he was running all over Michigan. But no, that's the side.
No, you didn't, motherfucker. Come on this show. Take a shot. Excuse me. Where you been the last 2 years? We've been running right now.
Shots fired.
West Virginia sports is shit. I will admit that.
I was about to say, hold up, 5-7, taking a shot at 12-0. Ain't that a 13-0? Ain't that a bitch?
Hey man, it is what it is. That's the part of sports.
Hey man, I own that shit. I took it on the chin for years. It's all good, bro.
Hey, but you're lucky because Michigan is they're always up there. Like it might not be in the top 10 for a while. They weren't in the top 10 and stuff like that, but they were always relevant. West Virginia,
Right.
West Virginia hasn't been relevant since Coach Rodriguez was
Rich
there.
Rod.
Yeah. And
yeah,
we
and
were number
your
2 in
view,
the country.
your view and my view on him are two entirely different
I
views.
can imagine.
I promise. Y'all love him. We hate him.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all fair though. What's your predictions for the Cowboys this year? What you see them doing? The Eagles are strong over there right now, bro. And
yeah, I'd like to see if Jason Kelsey retires because he was hinting at that. I just watched him and Travis's podcast today, but he didn't mention anything about that. I guess that he's got plenty of time until like the season comes up and preseason and whatnot. But Philly will definitely probably still have number one on the division, maybe the conference if Aaron Rodgers leaves, which looks like he will. With Mike McCarthy calling plays, I don't know how it's been a grip since he's been calling plays. So I don't know, like
years, bro.
I don't know if he might need. I don't know. I'd say 10-7.
10-7. Fair enough.
I'll give him 10-7. Especially, I did see something today that Hopkins is willing to listen to other teams and maybe negotiate his contract to be traded. And the Cowboys, have been thrown out there as to maybe they should go get him.
I'm hearing Stephon Diggs too.
Shit, I'll take either one of them to be
honest.
I know that's a win-win for us. I mean, you got CD on one side and you have either one of those on the other side.
Yeah, bro. Okay, no OBJ. You don't want no OBJ. OBJ's still not even healthy. That's why he didn't join the team last year.
Exactly, and he's had 2 ACL surgeries on the same knee, which at any given time, that damn thing can just give out again. I mean,
right.
I know with technology and and all this other shit, but it's just I don't trust him. I like him and everything, but if I could have Stephon Diggs or Hopkins, easily take one of them over him.
Oh,
definitely.
Hell yeah.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, got to.
So I got a question for you too, man. What y'all gonna do with the dual running backs, man? Y'all gonna keep Zeke or y'all gonna I just don't feel like Zeke is that guy anymore, man. I just don't feel like he's that guy.
He's definitely not. I don't know why they don't tend to Tony Pollard as the primary and then bring Zeke in on, like I said, those short yard downs or goal line packages. I don't know if it has to do with Dak is in the background, vouching for him. Come on, we got drafted together. We've been great together, so on, so or whatever. And Tony Pollard, then they put the franchise tag on him, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So maybe that's them saying like he's our guy. I don't know. It's to be seen. We have to wait until the season begins or preseason, and more talk comes out of it and stuff like that. But I wouldn't mind him being our primary back. But Zeke is a good blocker, believe it or not.
Yeah, he is. He's physical as hell.
Exactly. So that could be a reason as to why they keep him in there more, because they pass so much. They put him in there to block, and pick up, Dak's blind side. So
right. But you got almost $25 million in running backs, man. That's kind of. I
was just gonna say that you paid Zeke already, so that's
and that's the thing. They were
that's
stupid.
a lot to put on that position,
right?
And it's not it's a passing league. It's not a running league anymore,
right?
Even though Tony Pollard hadn't got the freaking Pro Bowl nod and stuff too.
Zeke can catch the ball as well. I don't know why they don't throw it to him, on a flat or on a screen or anything like that is, more often. But when they did his contract initially and he got all that money, I'm just like, good for you, but like you're setting a precedence now, and it's just the way it is now. Just Deshaun Watson got all that money. Lamar Jackson is holding out and doesn't want nothing to do with the Ravens until he gets that money.
Period.
And they're basically saying, we're not giving you this damn money.
Shop yourself. Yeah, you got to shop
exactly.
yourself.
And there's already a lot of teams who have said we're not interested because they don't want to go through the same shit that the Ravens are going through.
Yeah. They put that on themselves though. Ravens put that on themselves.
Well, like I think Cleveland started this whole thing when they gave Deshaun Watson all that money. It completely redid the whole structure.
Yeah, which is ignorant because who the hell cares what Cleveland does? They're infamously known for fucking up. So, God,
that's just another notch on their belt.
Exactly. That's another prime example of Cleveland sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude.
Right. I mean, Deshaun Watson didn't play terrible last year, but he sure as hell didn't play as to what he did in his last couple of years.
And he's not gonna. When you're gone away from the game for over a year, dude, you ain't gonna go out like
2 years.
2 years. Yeah,
2 years. They gave him $230 million guaranteed. I said, I'm gonna shit my pants on that one.
Yeah, that's insane.
That was insane. And now Lamar Jackson, who has an MVP, who has been to the playoffs, set records and all this other shit, thinks that he deserves that much money or more, which I can understand it in his point of view, but as far as a business goes, that's absurd. Especially with his injury history. He's hurt every year, at least 5-6 games. Why would I give you 230 million or even 180 some million
to play like 9-10 games?
Exactly. Like, and to maybe not even get, like, I'm pretty sure he was healthy enough to come back at the end of the season, and he said, hell no, I'm not doing it. So what kind of leadership does that show? That's like, to me,
we had touched on that too, Sam.
I know it.
He didn't, Doc, he didn't just not come back to play when they make the playoffs, or was it a playoff game? No, he didn't even make the trip.
Like, exactly. He didn't even make the trip. Like, that's fucked up on his part.
I was like,
what kind of leadership is that?
I was like, if you ain't playing, you ain't playing. But Brett didn't make the trip. Yeah, we talked about that a while back.
Yeah,
Sam was like, hell nah, I ain't either. Get my money. Get my money.
Real.
But how many players hold out and don't get their money, and then they're fucked? So
yeah, but it's just all egregious because of how great of a player Lamar is. Like, he should have been paid. You know what I mean?
He's representing himself. He doesn't have an agent. So
him and his parents.
That's another issue.
Dude, exactly.
If he had an agent, maybe an agent could negotiate for him or break something down to where he understands, okay, I'm fucked up right now. Like, it's on me. Get my head out my ass. All right, let's go back to the drawing board and come up with something. But I don't know. Kids these days.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.